Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Stacia. So since the last episode, I have been doing a little bit of work. I didn't get as much time to play yesterday as I was hoping. So I stayed pretty busy, but I did get our steel creation moved over, and I've been setting up, getting ready to get rid of our energy pipes. And what I've got going on over here, because of course I want to start moving into power, and I've just got a factory hopper that's set to be redstone controlled, stack size 1, and kind of a little bit of a delay there. And you can see a comparator reading off of the energizing orb, and then just wrapping the redstone around. And then this hopper just extracts whenever the stuff gets finished. And I've made a few spirited crystals and some blazing crystals. I don't know that I'm going to go for the max tier. I'm probably just going to go with the spirited. Because these energy cables, they're fairly cheap to make, and they do produce 90,000. I don't think I'm ready for the max tier just yet. This is like the tier before max. Max tier, I would have to farm a lot of wither skeleton skulls, and that's really the only reason I'm not doing it. These do take a little bit of time because they take 1,000,000 FE. I think I'm going to go with those just to get some initial power cables. I'm trying to get rid of these cables from pipes because Tyler said that they're a bit laggy, so I'm trying to cut those down. You can see I've removed those over there, got those cut away, and just trying to steadily cut down on the majority of them. A couple other things just to really quickly mention that I got kind of moved over and set up over here. I did get our liquid Starlight setup moved over, so it all pretty much works the same. Collector right there, absorption hopper, and apparently it's gotten some XP from something. Well, I don't know, maybe it's coming from the Obsidian Furnace, but this thing is set to input. It's basically just inputting sand, and then it's smelting it, making glass. This one's not plugged up to be automatic, but it does make a lot of aquamarine, so I'm not that concerned about it, to be honest. So every time I come by here, I just grab a stack and throw it in and let it smelt up. But this way I do have infinite glass, which has helped out a bit. And then down the road, we'll set up the Obsidian Furnace to be a bit more automatic. I could set it up, I guess, right now with just cables, but that's okay. And then I've been getting all this stuff moved over. I think that's the main thing. Oh, and I got these set up. So these are hopper botany pots, so we can start farming, various trees around through here. So I've gotten these kind of laid out, starting to lay those out, and then I've started getting some lighting, inset lights from Engineer's Decor to add a little bit of lighting around here. But anyways, today what I'd like to do, first and foremost, pop over to this tab, and we have 3 quests right here for the electric furnace, the compressor, and the crusher. Now, realistically, we're probably not going to use these for much. I think there is a couple things that we're going to have to use silence mechanisms for that can only be processed through silence mechanisms. But we're going to go ahead and just grab these. There's the electric furnace, there's the compressor, and there is the crusher. Just to get those quests out of the way. Looks like no reward for those. And then we have the Gleam Eyes, just a checkmark quest, and we're going to get 4 chocolate donuts. Now we do have a couple quests left here, like solar panel 4s, getting into XNet, and doing the crates and the dank null, which we'll make one at some point just to get this quest out of the way, basically. That's going to unlock this chapter for us, so we can start into a bit of Mekanism. And for now, I'll just, it's all my junk here, I'll just dump that stuff into there because I don't really need those at the moment. Alright, so if we take a look at the Metallurgic Infuser, we're going to have to get some simple machine frames. Now, to get started, we're going to need to get pity machine frames, and I'm going to go ahead and craft 4 of these, because we may as well upgrade in bulk, and that way we have enough to run out a bucket of latex. And then, let's see, the simple machine frame requires that we have 4 plastic, 2 nether bricks, 2 iron, gold gears. Okay, I'm gonna have to pop over and get my balls of latex. So let me grab these, and I disconnected all of this that was over here. And we're gonna need 8 of these. So there's that. And then I'm going to need to get the gold gears. Okay. And we'll go ahead and get our gears running. This was 1 each, yeah. So we'll go ahead and pop those in. Let those start running and making our gears for us. And then I've got to get all this stuff smelted real quick. Which I suppose I'm just going to... Oh, one thing I did want to show over here, though. For some reason, the Obsidian Furnace seems really, really buggy. Like, it's going up into this frame drawer, right? And this frame drawer does not have any upgrades in it. There's no void upgrade or anything. But if I set this to auto output, you'll notice it just dumped a stack into the void, basically. It's not really sending it anywhere. So I've got this turned off until I actually need the glass, because otherwise I'm just kind of wasting power. So just a heads up about that. It does seem to just automatically void things for the fun of it. Oh no, don't do that. Let me turn off auto output. So if there's no place for the stuff to go, it's just going to destroy it. So just be aware of that. Be careful with your auto output. Alright, let's grab that. And I think we're good to go now. Yeah. And we're just going to set this up. I'm still working on the rooms where our machines are going to be housed, which I think is going to be on this layer. Down there is going to be more like large setups like the immersive engineering stuff, kind of around in that area. And then we'll have actual machines up in this area and some of our setups and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and set up our dissolution chamber like right here for the time being. And we're going to take our bucket of latex and just dump that in. And then let's lay this out. Oops. Lay this out. And we're going to let this run. And this is going to get us our very first simple machine frames. Now we're going to have to upgrade these again immediately pretty much. But we're going to go ahead and upgrade all 4 of them, I think, at a time. Alright, and then let's lay this out again. I guess I can speed this up a little bit here. Oh, it's going to drain a lot of power though. There we go. But I don't think this resets progress. Oh, it does reset progress if it runs out of power. That's unfortunate. Okay, maybe speeding it up is not the best idea. But that's okay. While we're waiting, we can go ahead and... Okay, there's a quest complete. I don't know... Is that down here? Yeah. And then we're going to move straight on to the advanced machine frame. Or no, I'm sorry, Metallurgic Infuser takes simple. Okay, never mind. 5,000 creosote. We're only going to make one of these for right now, though. 2 heavy engineering, 2 steel gears, 2 star metal, and an ender core, which, of course, we've made one of these before. And let me go ahead and get this running. There we go. Yeah, this should be pretty quick. I know sometimes it's only running like one of these lasers just because we don't have enough power input. But we're going to be sorting that out. Like I said, I've been working on our power stuff. It just takes a little bit at first moving into it because of the amount of materials that we need for it. And the 2 star metal. And then we're also going to need 5,000 millibuckets of creosote. So we'll just grab that. And I'd like to get all this stuff set up for automation before too long, but for right now... Wow, that's almost ran through all those emeralds. That's great. It's wonderful. Okay, there's that. Let's go ahead, dump all of this in. And then we're going to need the ender core, 2 steel gears, 2 star metal, the simple machine frame, and the heavy engineering blocks. There we go. Wow, that crafts pretty quick. And there is our Metallurgic Infuser. So, quest complete. I don't think any of this stuff's really going to have rewards from it. Alright, so let's toss this down for a minute. And now at this point, I think what we're going to do... Let's take a look at Mekanism. And I specifically, right now, I want to look at doing like control circuits and stuff. That's osmium and redstone. So it's like default. What's it take to make the Enrichment Chamber in this pack? Okay. Steel casings. These aren't terrible. Realistically, they're actually not that bad. So we may push on for the Enrichment Chamber pretty quick. But, yeah, because otherwise I'm going to be using a lot of diamonds. Probably have to do this method first, though. I don't think... well, black iron, I looked at it, and it's not awful. Though it is going to take some nitro capacitors. It's pretty bad. It's not terrible, but it's pretty bad, yeah, because we're going to have to get the quantum entanglement port. Okay. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a bit of osmium so that we'll have it for what we're going to be doing. And let me get just a stack of redstone. I'm not that concerned about, like, redstone. It's mainly diamonds. Is when it's going to start getting kind of expensive to do this. But we're going to go ahead and just make ourselves a stack of the basic control circuits. These are going to take a little bit to craft up. What's it take to make the upgrades? Are they default? Speed is infused alloy with osmium dust. Okay, that's default. Energy is gold dust. Okay. And then to upgrade them, these are going to be default, just alloys. But this is the point where it's going to start getting expensive. So... let's take a look then and start working while that runs. Let's take a look at getting ourselves an enrichment chamber. Most of this is pretty easy, steel casing being the exception to the rule. We're going to need to get ourselves 6 redstone flux coils. Oh, and those take infused alloy. Okay. Whew. And then some energized steel. That's iron and gold. Which I've got 6 that we made before, which I think that'll be fine for us for now. Reinforced blast brick, boiler casing. Okay, that's easy enough. And this is steel and redstone. Okay, it's not terrible, but not as cheap as I was expecting. Let me start getting this stuff together. I think I've got some steel over here, right? I should have like a stack. I think 2 stacks. Yeah. Okay, I can make enriched alloy, no problem, once that's finished running. And I'll start getting all this together for our steel casing. Okay, I think I've got everything for this. There's a lot of parts, but it's all actually really, really easy to make. So let's go ahead. Oh, the blaze gold. So there we go. And then we're going to get blast bricks, and then 2 of these we're going to turn into steel plates. Oh, forgot the infused alloy. Alright, let me see if these circuits are done. They are. Oh, they take 2 redstone each. That's fine. And we'll get some of these being made, because I think I'm going to need 4 of these for each of these. Okay. Oh, and then I've still got to get the reinforced alloy as well. I've got 38 of these now, which is plenty. Let's go ahead and get our redstone flux coils. There's 6 of those. And then 2 of these I'm going to have to turn into jetpack coils. So we'll just take and toss these into, I believe it's the alchemy catalyst. Let me just double check. There we go. There's our advanced coils. Now let's go ahead... hoping that Metallurgic Infuser hurries up so I can get it done tonight. That'd be great. Let's go ahead and lay this out. Oh yeah, I'm going to need the osmium. That... I think in the middle is the alloy machine frame. No, it's below it. Then boiler casing, reinforced, and steel sheet metal. Okay. So now we just need the reinforced alloy. I'm going to have to go mining here pretty quick, because I'm starting to get low on things like diamonds and stuff. Alright, so we'll get that running again. And let's just pop over and get this laid out. There we go. Resonating wand. And we'll get our steel casing made. Bada boom. Quest completed. Okay. And this takes us into all the good stuff. What's it take to make quantum entanglement porter? It's actually not expensive. Assuming that this is all it is all default, so yeah, this isn't all that bad. We just need some basic mechanism infrastructure more than anything to make all this stuff work. So there we go. There is our enrichment chamber. And we're going to get a quest complete for that. And so now what we can do is, let me pop over and get some diamonds. Okay, so if we take our diamonds and we throw it into the Enrichment Chamber and we let this run, this is going to give us compressed diamond, which is going to count for like 8 times the amount of diamonds when it comes to making this stuff. So now if we take a look back at Mekanism, this is still default. That's great. So let me get some obsidian. Let's just get 8. Yeah, it'll be fine. And we're going to take this and we're going to throw it into the crusher. Now I know sometimes there's little methods for getting a bit more output from this. Powdered obsidian or obsidian dust, it says. So the crusher is going to make 4 to 1. That's probably about as good as we're going to get, to be honest. I don't foresee anything being better than that. Okay, so there's a half stack of obsidian dust. And let's take a look, see how our diamonds are doing. There we go. And this is still kicking away. But we could go ahead and make some upgrades at this point. Just glass and osmium or gold dust. So let's go ahead. Let's go with 4 to start. And see where that gets us. Because that should be like a substantial speed increase. So let's go ahead and get 4 speed upgrades. And let's get 4 energy upgrades. And then we'll just go plop these into the Metallurgic Infuser just to speed this whole process up a little bit. So energy upgrades. Actually, it'd be faster just to go boom, boom. Oops. Shift right click. And just apply these ourselves. There we go. And these are still 8 times. You'll see right there. We have 4 out of 8 possible upgrades. And so now this is running quite a bit faster. And it should kick through that infused alloy at a better rate. What are we using on power? 63.24 FE. I don't want to really go too far above that because I am trying to run multiple machines off of this. So I do want to be a little bit cautious when it comes to just dumping a bunch of speed into stuff. And I was just looking, the basic tier installer, kind of expensive. Taking Invar gears, circuit boards, slimewood large plates, enriched gold, enriched redstone. That's a little bit costly, but one thing that we can do instead is we can just take this and we can upgrade like that. And so there's our basic infusing factory. And, oh, I didn't take the... Okay, it keeps the speed. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so now what we're going to do is this can handle 3 operations at once. Let's say auto sort is on. And let's go ahead and take, let's be 8, 16. Well, we can drop that in. We can drop in our diamonds and get this running. How much does this use? It uses a lot of power, but that's okay. You can see we're not supplying enough power to run this. It's going to run out of power before too long. But, like I said, we're going to get that sorted here soon. That's one thing I'm working on, I promise. It just takes a little bit. Because I need power to make power, and I don't have a lot of power, so it just takes a bit. Okay. Well, we're going to get a fair amount out of this. There we go. There's us a bit of refined obsidian dust. And then what we can do... I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and throw all of it in there. That's fine. And get that running, and that's going to make us the Enriched Obsidian. Now, at this point... we can take and do like, or wait, it was 2 diamond per, right? So we're really only going to be able to do like 8 of these. But we're going to get this running. I think it's 2 per. Yeah. So we can get ourselves 8 reinforced alloy. So that'll be a start anyways. So there's some of that. I just basically got to get a bunch more diamonds at this point. That's the main thing. And then we can take this reinforced alloy. I don't know how much this is going to use, but if we throw that in, oh, it takes 4 per. Okay, interesting. So this is only going to make 2 per, but getting the infusing or getting the enrichment chamber like ASAP does seem like it's going to pay off a lot, because that's going to get extremely costly on diamonds very, very quickly making this atomic alloy. But as you can see, we can go ahead and we can push on to the max tier alloy, and then we could even take and upgrade advanced control circuit. I don't know if there's quests for these. No, there's not. Advanced control circuit, and then there's elite control circuit and ultimate control circuit. So actually getting these crafted is not too bad. It's really not gated within this pack, so that's good. And really, we can take and we can upgrade our factories. Like, for example, if we take a look at the... where are you at, Metallurgic Infuser? Where are you? If we take a look at the Metallurgic Infuser, we can just craft basic infusing factory. We can craft advanced infusing factory and elite infusing factory and ultimate infusing factory with just these materials. So we can easily rank up through the factories. Okay, and advanced machine frames take pink slime and netherite, which we don't have at the moment. We have to try something, but I think what we're going to do, let's go ahead and knock out the netherite. And what's it take to get the mob slaughter factory? Trying to get some of our basic stuff unlocked. That's cheap. That's very, very cheap. Okay. That'll be easy then. We might do a setup for that come next episode, I think, because I'm going to try to get our spawners moved over the weekend with what, kind of what free time I have. That's kind of my big things that I'm working on right now as far as the base goes, and trying to figure out exactly where I want to set up our spawners, our blood altar, that kind of stuff, because that's the big things that we're really waiting on. Yeah, let's go in right here. This is actually going to be extremely easy in this pack to find a bit of netherite, I imagine. And what's the best way to process it? I know Starlight Infusion is 2, Arc Furnace is 2. Okay, so we'll actually have a use for our Arc Furnace. Although, now I don't have power ran to that anymore. Oh, Enrichment Chambers 2, there we go. See, the Arc Furnace just not paying off. I know now the Arc Furnace can do steel. There was an update. But now that I've got steel automated just through the blast furnace, honestly, I've got enough of it. I really wanted the arc furnace for steel when we needed a lot of it, and like at a time. We couldn't get it during that period, so now it's kind of like, I see some over there. There we go, that should be sufficient. Let me go ahead and add that. Can I actually add it like that? I don't think that'll work, but because I think it'll fill up the first one, then just start voiding after that, but we'll see. Let's get ourselves some ancient debris. So there's 3. There we go, there's 7. There's a bit more. With vein mine, this is going to be so easy to get a bunch of the stuff. Okay, so there's a bit more. Now at this point, what's it take? If we take a look here, what's it take to get the mechanical miner? The digital miner. Okay, that's actually default recipe. So I'm going to have to make up another steel casing, but beyond that, I mean, this is very, very cheap. So we may end up moving for a digital miner pretty quickly, so that we can just mine up netherite that way instead of having to manually mine it. That might be something that we do, but let's go ahead and get our first little slivers of netherite. Grab that out. And this is going to be 2 times. Okay. Okay, so we'll get a little bit of that. And we'll go ahead. There's our very first netherite ingot. So, woo! Yeah, I think if we did enriched gold, that would be the best way to go. Because it would be like 1 gold dust. Could do 2 netherite dust. And then we would have to smelt it. I guess that would probably be the best way to go about it. Okay, now I want to go ahead and get another steel casing. But I think I've got everything now for that. So there's 6 of those. And I've got a bunch of stuff over on the table at the moment. And then let me get 2 of those. And then we'll go ahead and just drop these in. Drop those in. Drop that in. There we go. It actually doesn't require a whole lot of astral sorcery, like astral power, for this. Okay, so there is our steel casing. Woo. And let's pop back over. And what I want to get an Osmium Compressor. This right here. And we should have everything for that. There we go. There's our Osmium Compressor. And over in our Enrichment Chamber, let's go ahead and drop in some tin dust. There we go. And then in our Osmium Compressor, let's drop our Refined Obsidian in. And we're going to toss a little bit of Osmium into this. And this is going to start making us Refined Obsidian ingots. Now, what I'd like to do is, let's get... we're going to try to get ourselves a couple Obsidian chests. And to do this, let me get... Right over here, I've got some iron plates, some gold plates, some diamond plates. And we're going to go ahead and grab these quartz gears also. And then let me get 2 chests, and let me get some glass. And we'll go ahead and make our 2 iron chests. And then we can make it's 4 glass. Oh, I'm sorry, it's hardened glass. That's fine. That's no biggie. So we'll go ahead. There's 2 gold chests. Oh, it's Enderium glass. Okay. Enderium glass is 2 hardened, fire charge, and then Enderium ingots. Enderium blend, 3 lead dust, 2 ender pearls, and diamond dust. Okay, so there is 16 Enderium blend. That should keep us stocked up for a little bit anyways. Let's go ahead and toss this in the furnace, get this smelted up into Enderium ingots, and then we can make our glass. So it's going to be hardened glass, Enderium ingots, fire charges. There's our Enderium glass. And then we can get our 2 diamond chests. There we go, task completed. And for our obsidian chest, that's done. Let me grab that. For this, we are going to need our refined obsidian that we're making. So let's grab that. And then we can make our 2 obsidian chests. Okay. The time has finally come that we are going to get ourselves a drawer controller. Our very first one. We're going to need a couple for everything. But honestly, getting just this initial one will be quite useful. So... I need to get this. I've got to pop over and get a blood orb. And what was it for the... It was quartz and... Oh yeah, the enriched tin. That's what we got this for. So let's go ahead. Let's toss in our enriched tin into the alchemy catalyst. And we're going to get ourselves some raw basic processors. And then we can just smelt these up. Boom. And these things are super cheap, so... Moving forward, now that we have the enrichment chamber, these are going to be really easy to craft for us. Alright, and let's pop out to our... Oh yeah, I gotta get a blood orb. Okay, so for our blank rune, there's that. And then for our rune of capacity, there is that. Okay, now we should have everything. And you'll notice that we have to make this in the mechanical crafter. Luckily, we got that set up last episode. But we are going to have to make one small adjustment to this. And we're going to go ahead and let me figure out where my wrench is. So what we're going to do is we're going to just adjust our mechanical crafters. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then you can go off on that side. You can go off on that side. And you can go off on that side. And then we'll go ahead and just put in those. There we go. And then we can lay this out. So, aluminum sheet metal on the corners. The glyph press. Which realistically, we're going to need like 4 or 5 of these. But that's about it, probably throughout the series. Maybe more, but I don't foresee needing more than that. Basically, I need 4 to cover each wing of storage, and then 1 for the trees, basically. But there we go. We are going to have our very first... Boom! Our very first drawer controller. Such an exciting moment. And now... I guess this first one, I will probably just have it be kind of an awkward placement. I do have trim behind all of this, by the way, so just a heads up on that. But I think what I'm going to do, we'll put it in right here. And so then, of course, so if we right-click that, that's going to lock all those drawers, all those, and all the way over to here. That's great. And then if we take our kelp, right-click it into there, and there we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's working. And so then what I want to do is, let's see, where would be the best place? Yeah, right in here. Slip back here, and you can see there's just trim up through here, which right now there's no... oh, there is frame trim. Frame compacting drawers. I didn't think frame compacting drawers added it, but I guess they did, which is great. So there's our drawer controller, and what we're going to do, let's make ourselves a couple ender chests. Okay, so there is 2 green ender chests. We're going to go ahead and just lock these in with a diamond. And then let me grab them. Boom. And we will be able to switch out our diamond storage crate now. So we'll just pull this up, because we won't need this. We'll put in our green ender chest. And then we can come over here. Do I have... 1 second. I'm going to get just a couple item pipes here. We'll put in an item pipe right there. And our ender chest. And we're going to say that you can extract... I don't think we'll need a speed increase for this, to be perfectly honest. Because I think it's going to be plenty fast. Because the sylph takes her a second to actually gather things. So I think it should be able to dump all the items off plenty quick for us in between each of her like harvest ticks. So, and then just as an example, if we put in this item pipe here, set that to extract, that's going to start pulling the items out of this, and they're going to start going into the ender chest and getting pulled out from there and dumped into the system. We finally have drawer controllers. It just makes our life so much easier. So it's going to all go into this wing of our storage, which is kind of like our plants type storage. And from here, I'll be able to set up ores. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Because this is going to just make our lives so much better at this point. And then, of course, anything that doesn't have a home will stay in the ender chest. So we can kind of, as we add things, we can check this and say, okay, you know, this hasn't gone anywhere. So let me add like a place for that, right, in this room. So if we just kind of keep an eye on it after we add new plants, we can easily determine what needs a slot in the drawers. I'm going to go ahead and add an advanced item pipe upgrade because why not? Our mechanism stuff has already paid off. It's already paid off a ton. Alright, so we're going to end out this episode here. I'm going to be trying to get a bit more organization and layout and get these next tier rooms set up, because next episode when we come back, I would like to start moving into a little bit of automation related to mechanism and related to industrial foregoing. Get latex automated, get pink slime set up and automated. I don't think we'll be able to use our Tinker's trick in this pack, because I don't think that like if we look up pink slime, yeah, see there's not pink slime parts in this version of Tinker's, so we won't be able to use the Tinker's trick for that, but that's okay. We can easily just automate pink slime the more proper way. And I'm not for sure, but the conversion upgrade, we'll have to check and see if the conversion upgrade trick works. I don't plan on using it, but I would like to know if it works. So for those of you that do like exploits, the conversion upgrade for slime balls may work with pink slime, but we'll see. I'll test around with it and find out. But I'd like to start moving into a little bit of automation just to make our lives a bit easier as we begin moving forward. Kind of automate as we go a bit at this point, and getting stuff set up in a way that we can easily plug it up to AE2 and or refine storage. Probably AE2. I like it more. It looks better. It tends to work better in my experience. I've always had problems with refined storage. We will still do a little bit with refined storage, but I don't like the way that it works. I don't like the way that it looks, and I tend to have issues with it. So we'll probably stick with AE2. For those of you that were wondering about the storage system that we'll be going with. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.